You have Tea with the Slug and the Other Bugs by Gabriel Commissar. With the prospect of sitting comes the painful admission that you are the least possessed of buttocks of the bunch. What a surprise and a delight, best beloved, that you should sit more easily and gracefully on a toadstool than your hosts. The two armored beetles rock uncomfortably in place, while the slug tries valiantly to keep atop the mushroom's domed cushion, even as he slides. Meanwhile, you hold your place with a perfect balance of a now deceased professional socialite. Your poise is impeccable, your style a matter of record, and your decorum as a guest is incontrovertible. The slug makes an apologetic slurping noise as he hands you a rough and weather-beaten clay mug. He pours the tea shakily, his knuckles whitening on the handle. Poor old thing. You bow your head slightly in gratitude before blowing on the mug. No air leaves your lips, and moreover, you have no lips for air to leave between. You shake your head and give the tea a sniff. This slug has brewed something truly potent, not anything like the teas you've drunk before. It smells like the cave itself, but stronger. And now you are certain you have in your possession a fungal tea. The jewels in your sockets glimmer with new understanding. This gastropod and his insect companions are embarking on an extrasensory odyssey. It occurs to you that you've been deprived of senses, extra or otherwise, for an indeterminate period, and any chance for more is worth taking. You tilt your head just so, and pour the cup's contents onto your skull, feeling it seep into the cracks as in a half-remembered ritual for something else. You do not know what senses befall the insensate, but moment by moment you are mapping out a new language for feeling. The skin, a distraction. The organs, a bad hobby, the worst sport imaginable. Now liberated, you glide like an aerodynamic vessel in the pursuit of luxury. All of this is to say that the tea feels magnificent as it washes over and into you. You stretch backward on your toadstool, imagining the way the locks of hair you used to have would waft in the breeze of the cave. You are beauty itself. The two beetles exchange a glance, and a sound emanates from the slug that is unmistakably laughter. You sheepishly sit back up on your toadstool and place the cup delicately on the garden floor. Did you expect applause, best beloved? Well, there's no accounting for taste. The beetles lay down their arms, take their own cups, and serve themselves from the kettle. They chitter to themselves and take long sips. The slug places a reassuring foot on your shoulder, gripping it tightly, and then coming away with a soft schlorp. The residue it leaves behind would ruin an outfit were you wearing one. Where you may have shuddered and gasped in life, you merely turn and nod in deference to your sticky host. The perfect guest will not be fazed so easily. Taking your nod as an invitation, the slug resumes warbling, but louder this time. The beetles turn to listen in rapt attention, their jet-black eyes glimmering in the firelight. You don't know if you can talk. You haven't tried it yet. Still, you know the language of your hosts is not your own. Despite this, you're certain the slug is telling the story. It's a sad one, you think, from the way each beetle in turn will glance at the ground and then their pincers, quiet and introspective. In the sonorous warblings of the slug, you imagine the story of someone fighting a losing battle, a hero ignoring every sign at every turn and doing all that he can do to divert a terrible destiny. 3 witches in a dark wood, a crow on the battlements, a king wrapped in bloody sheets, stains that won't come out, a mouth of broken teeth, and an ocean of walking trees. In their wake, a kingdom of soil dwellers left homeless and terrified, refugees of a barren forest, left to wander for all time. Then there's something about revenge, cesarean sections, and a change in leadership, but no solace for the bugs and the gastropods and all those left in the wake of the marching woods, left to imagine a home more distant than any sum of miles, as distant as time itself. When the story ends, you turn to find both beetles have fallen off their toadstools and are rolling inconsolably on the ground. You wonder if they heard the same story. The slug is off his seat as well, drawing strange patterns with his foot in the speckled soil. The tea has activated for all but you, it would seem. Perhaps a few centuries marinating in this would awaken something in you. But an evening by the fire will have to be its own reward for now. The slug lets out a wail that sounds as if the property of snot could sing an ode to fresh strawberries and softer days ahead. It is time to leave. You leave the pungent aroma of the garden behind and find yourself in a limestone cavern. A few lanterns are affixed to the walls, glowing with the same bioluminescent light as the mushrooms you climbed past on your way. They look like recent alterations to a very old tunnel. To your left, the limestone walls curve away from view. It's anyone's guess what's down that way. But to your right, the tunnel goes on perfectly straight, and in the distance you can see the portal opening into something far larger than you'd expect underground. Distant parapets, tall and long in a sunless skyline. A city underground. It is utterly inconceivable that a coffin came from either direction with such a destructive velocity as to break through the wooden boards patched over this hole in the limestone cavern. You find yourself especially confused when you feel something drop onto your shoulder. You reach for it blindly, your ringed fingers plucking one of us off your shoulder. A maggot. This is when you look up. Oh, best beloved, we fell in love with you the moment we laid eyes on you. We took everything you had to give us, and we left behind a work of art. You are our masterpiece, and how long we've had to watch you, to keep you, to wait for you to awaken to us. All that time, all that soft, quiet, hungry work, and still we couldn't help but worry. What would you think of us when we saw you? Would you love us the way we love you? Would you think us beautiful? Now you look up through eroded rock and splintered reinforcements to find us looking right back. Many stories up, but as close to you as we've been in a century. You are so still in this moment, best beloved. What are you thinking about? Did you miss us? You could run if you wanted, best beloved. You could leave us for the underground city or follow the limestone tunnel as it curves and descends even deeper underground, parts of the catacombs we've long since abandoned. Or you could wait for us to come and get you, to return you to our palace where we'll clothe you and seat you with the others we made. You'll be back where you belong, best beloved, surrounded by only the finest things that remain underground when all the rot has been eaten away. All the jewels and porcelain and precious metals, all the ruins of empire so carefully collected. You'll be back in our collection, my love. We cannot lie to you, best beloved. Though you may avoid us, there is no escape. We're in the walls and behind your eyes. We carved every inch of these tunnels and we've seen all that's gone on inside them. Centuries of cities and strangers and frightful ugly sights. We'd spare you from it if we could, but then maybe you are the adventuring kind after all. Just remember, no matter where you go, you belong to us. Whether you wait or whether you run, we will find you. You're in Maggot's Keep now, and that's forever. Do we flee to the underground city? Or do we descend deeper into the catacombs? Or do we let the maggots take us home?